Hey everybody, it's Kevin with KX4 Gaming, and we're playing IL2 1946 Bat Dawn of Flight with Monty's campaign of the Palestine Brigade. Palestine Brigade RFC, 5th Corps Wing, tasked with aerial cooperation and direct support to Allenby's ground formations. 40th Army Wing, formed at the same time as the Palestine Brigade, and tasked with counter-air missions and attacking the Ottoman and German support infrastructure. Welcome to the Palestine Brigade RFC. Ramaya Aerodrome is the main center of operations, is growing every day. Rama, however you say that, is well supplied to service the wing's Bristol F-2Bs, Arco DH-9s, RAF SE-5As, and our single Handley Page bomber, which was flown out from England last month. Battle of Nabai Sawmill. The Australian Mounted Division have cleared Latron, which is in the way of the 75th Divisions. The Yeomanry Mounted Division, the furthest distance to travel is now to move off, followed by the 52nd Lowland Division and the 75th Division from Latron. Two other divisions traveling astride nothing more than tracks have found it more difficult. Their vehicles and heavy weapons have turned back. Mission? As the division moves out, we are to spot ahead looking for artillery emplacements, troop concentrations, vehicle movements, and anything unusual. At this stage, our flight plan takes us ahead of the main body and back along the same track. The division has two artillery batteries waiting for our signal. They have the range of our planned waypoints, but will need our indication of potential targets in order to refine their shots and place them in the right spot. The flight will take off and head east towards the mountains, then turn south and follow the foothills to the main Jerusalem highway. It is in these foothills that must be cleared first. Likely areas of activity are marked on your charts. Artillery spotting without radios. This would be done by the spotter aircraft flying over the target and dropping signal flares or wing waggling. Spotters would also land and report or drop handwritten messages. Disk signaling was also used. By March 1917, improvements in wireless communication meant the spotter aircraft could actually talk to ground units and directly to tanks. This was a difficult business, and it was found that talk from the air could be heard inside the tank only under the most favorable conditions, so long as the aeroplane was within a quarter of a mile of the tank and at a height not greater than 500 feet. In practice, a combination of these techniques was used by the spotter crew to relay their position to the battery and report on the accuracy of shots fired, failing short or too long, etc. Player note: all you have to do is lock onto the enemy ground target. We can assume the rest of the process has worked. You have the required signal by return. The sim will inform you that the battery has your message and will fire for effect in 70 seconds. Likewise, your gunner is in the seat behind you. Even without a radio, has plenty of scope to signal you. Bellow in your ear or punch your shoulder. Therefore, CNC will also relay his message to you in a two-seater aircraft. He does three things with diligence: tracks your course and announces your position, points out targets of interest on the ground, and yells out if he sees enemy aircraft and clocks them. So this will be interesting, and we'll get to it right away. Okay, we're in the cockpit. Alright, we're up. Okay, and we'll cut here until figure out where I'm at. Okay, and we're getting close to our first recon point. right. They took care of the fighters. A couple out there. Perfecto. Alright, this is long, so we'll cut here, and unless something else happens, or we're back at our aerodrome. Okay, there's our aerodrome. Gonna lose a lot of altitude here. So it looks like you just go in between the tents there, I guess. Yep, that must be it. Alright. Set up for a landing here. I know this is a long video. looks like a single guy waiting there for me. Alright guys, well, if you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel and you know, remark in the comments and like the video. Trying to get a little closer here. Whoa, no, no, no. Ah. All right, well, at least the mechanic is right there. So let's finish the flight. Well, we got a 150. Alright guys, this is Kevin with KX4 and we will see you guys later. Thanks, Monty.